And the Celtics will be hosting the New York Knicks in the first game of a doubleheader to formally open the league's 79th regular season. There will be challengers to a Boston repeat to the title, and plenty of them at that. Both New York and Philadelphia loaded up to try and supplant Boston atop the Eastern Conference, and there are rising teams in the East as well, such as Paolo Banchero and his Orlando Magic, or the Donovan Mitchell-led Cleveland Cavaliers, who made it to round 2 of the playoffs last season. Now, the West is absolutely loaded, but these Celtics returned virtually intact from a year ago and are prepared for another run at the title.
I think kind of put the cherry on top.
Zero, no pressure. We're all going to be dead soon, and it really doesn't matter anymore, so there's zero pressure. You're either going to win or you're not. And when you win, you try to forget about it a week later, and when you lose, you try to forget about it a week later. And so it's not pressure, it's an opportunity. And we have an opportunity here over the next few years, however long we're together. I've said this in the past, we have an opportunity to carry the organization forward, to double down on the tradition and the history of what this organization has. And what else would you expect than someone expecting you to win all the time? I wouldn't want someone expecting me to lose all the time. That would be debilitating. So we have an expectation to win. We have great character, great talent. And, we just have to work to maximize that, and we're going to rely on the players to do that.
Always great sound bites out of Joe Mazzulla. He later told those same reporters, none of you all will be invited to my funeral in the future. Now, can the Boston Celtics repeat, and do they have the team to do it? Well, they started 4 perimeter players who could dribble, pass, and shoot, plus a 7'2" sniper who cashed in 30-footers as well. Now, this does have the makings of a long-running championship team, and all of those perimeter guys were elite defenders who stood anywhere between 6'4" and 6'8", and were comfortable either switching up or down. The big sniper doubled as a rim protector who could capably execute multiple defensive coverages, and as could his backup, a 5-time All-Star going after his first title in year 17. Now, Boston did not change the game by going after any more switchable defenders who can do everything, and they were far from the first team to take advantage of any 5-out spacing. Everybody has been trying to build the roster like this for years now, including the Celtics themselves, who came up just short in the 2022 finals and 2023 playoffs. Now, with Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis in the picture, though, they have had the league's most stacked starting 5 and the lineup that best amplified the modern NBA team. Everyone is a threat on offense, and nobody is a liability on defense. And now they're basically back, except for Porzingis, who's recovering from off-season surgery, and they haven't changed much. Jason Tatum's jumper looks much better in preseason. Baylor Shearman, who is their draft pick, could conceivably crack the rotation. And if Boston does not repeat, it won't be because their formula is any less powerful, but because the competition is more so. In the East, the Philadelphia 76ers got Paul George, the New York Knicks got Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges, and the Orlando Magic got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and the Bucks and the Cavs got healthy. There are a slew of worthy challengers in the West, too, including a team in OKC whose roster is constructed very similarly, and they do have the new addition of Isaiah Hartenstein. So can any of these teams stop the Boston Celtics? We'll find out as the season will kick off tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. tip-off local time, and we will cover, obviously, all the highlights and results for you here on C Morning Show Sports. Now, let's move on to some local basketball news, as after losing both finals last season, Satria Muda Pertamina is still aiming for the IBL 2025 title. The biggest challenge for them is for the young squad to step up without their star and long-running captain, Arki Dikania Wisnu.
After losing to Pelita Jaya in 2024 Indonesian Basketball League Finals, Satria Muda Pertamina is ready to bounce back in 2025. Under coach Yobel Sondag, the team is focused on reclaiming the trophy for the 13th time. With foreigner players joining the league, their preparations center on integrating these new talents set to arrive in December. A big challenge will be the absence of longtime star Arki Dikania Wisnu. Players like Abraham Grahita, Widianta Teja, and Avan Seputra need to step up and lead.
Ada yang harus step up pasti kan. Di sini sekarang ada Abraham, ada Widi, ada Avan juga yang udah lebih senior dibandingin pemain yang lain. Jadi mereka harus step up sih untuk ambil peran itu. Cuman di luar soal untuk mengganti satu orang gitu, saya juga udah briefing juga anak-anak kemarin karena sebenarnya bukan cuma 3 orang itu, tapi harus semuanya sih improve karena udah 2 kali kita kalah di ujung-ujung kayak gitu kan. Jadi mereka memang komitmennya harus lebih gitu.
Satria Muda plans to sign a ball handler, a big man, and a versatile foreign player. Once the roster is set, the team will hold tryouts to finalize their strategy for the 2025 season, starting in February. C2D contributor reporting from Jakarta.
Now, if we're talking strictly local players, we may have got some indication as to the readiness of Satria Muda Pertamina's young stars. As a new twist in the IBL season, during their offseason, they added an all-Indonesian tournament which featured only Indonesian players. And it was a big surprise that, or perhaps not to some, that Satria Muda Pertamina ended up facing off PJ or Pelita Jaya in the finals, which was basically a repeat of the regular season playoff finals as well. Now, their young players performed very well, but then again, so did the young players from Pelita Jaya. So will Satria Muda Pertamina have what it takes in their local young stars to replace or perhaps make up what is missing from the slot that has been left behind by Captain or Cap Arki? We'll just have to wait until the regular season starts in January to find out. Let's move on to our final update from sports as the inaugural Swatch 9 surf event made waves in Waco, Texas from the 15th to the 17th of October as it brought together a vibrant community of surfers, skaters, and BMX riders for a creativity-fueled celebration of their communities. Curated by pro surfer Coco Ho, this groundbreaking event marked a significant milestone as the first of its kind and the first Nines event held in the United States, which offered a refreshing alternative to traditional competitions. Let's take a look. folks. That last update wraps up our sports segment. For now, we'll have a recap for you later on before the end of our show. The C Morning Show is set to step away momentarily for a break, but when we return, we'll have Tommy and Shanaz back here to share with you the latest from the world of entertainment this morning. Stay tuned.
Indonesia is holding the second Indonesia Africa Forum and the 2024 High-Level Forum on Multi-Stakeholder Partnerships, or HLF and SC, in Bali. After the Israeli army's withdrawal following a 3-day operation in Nur Sham's camp in the occupied West Bank, residents returned to find their home reduced to scorched ruins.
So stay with us right here on a Turn Nation. See you today.
See Indonesia, see the world, see today. Bye-bye.
Alpha generation, or also known as millennial children, is the youngest generation today. Cancel culture is an advancement of a series of bolder social process in the form of boycotts or canceling. John F. Kennedy became the youngest president in the history of the United States. The main cause of the outbreak of the Chinese Revolution was disappointment with the Qing Dynasty government.
Introduced in the Meiji period, grilled beef patties known as Hamburg sticks became popular dishes in Japanese cuisine. Best served piping hot with a side of bread, soup kambing is one of those comfort foods that you just can't get enough of.
We try to cook all the parts of any animal we choose to cook with, like pigs, chicken or beef. We use the liver, we use the kidney, we use the brain when we can, we use everything.
Are you soccer fans and want to make cute jersey decorations like this? Don't worry, Life Hacks has tips on how to make these unique jerseys using origami paper. We hope the tips and tricks we show you this time are helpful for you. You can watch the next episode of Life Hacks to get more tips and inspiration for your life. Au revoir, bestie!
Of happiness. It is not something that is sought, but they create it themselves with the simplicity and luxury of the nature that they love.
Hopefully, by watching this show, you don't just see beauty of tourism, but you can also realize that we live side by side with other creators. See you on other episode only on the Travel Note.
Only on the Travel Note. The flight is
Hi, I'm Dr. Isa Bradas Moro, wishing you See Today Indonesia 4th anniversary. Expanding horizon, inspiring more. All the best.
Indonesia is said to have enormous potential as a coffee-producing and consuming country.
We set apart the strategy to make Indonesian coffee tradition is a cheap coffee.
So, yeah, I think it's important for us now to think about ESG or sustainability. The first reason for us is we want to be a company that grows sustainable.
No luggage. May the road lead us. Rail is the main form of transport in Japan. We decide to give it a try, even though we don't have much experience with train travel. They are real ladies who have been trained for many years in traditional Japanese arts until they attain perfection as artists.
Welcome back to Spotlight, ladies and gentlemen, where we bring guys all these different sports you can do and try here in Indonesia.
Sebenarnya rugby itu nggak bentuk pribadi menjadi orang yang contohnya disiplin, ada value-value-nya, kompakan, kerjasama.
National competition ini adalah kompetisi dart, jadi sirkuit nasional olahraga dart pertama dan satu-satunya di Indonesia.
Alright guys, that's been another episode of Spotlight. Be sure to go check us out again next week. See you guys next week.
Sosok blessing adalah rumah berkat. Jadi harapannya kita bisa menjadi berkat untuk dogi-dogi yang terlantar ini. Kita berikan second chance ini. Wadah di mana kami bisa memayungi atau memberikan keadilan bagi hewan-hewan ini, di mana kesejahteraan kehidupan mereka ini bisa terjadi di lingkungan kita ya manusia.
Welcome back. Time for entertainment news with me and Ines. Look, the first one is actually the Indonesian movie, right? The latest film from Adia Pictures and Peregrine Studios, Yakin Nikah, is set to release next year.
Yakin. All right, this film, adapted from a popular YouTube series with over 14.9 million views, Yakin Nikah explores the complexities of marriage and love.
Well, I just realized YouTube series. Wow.
YouTube series.
This film follows Nikan, an independent woman facing a tough decision. Both her ex-fiancé and her current boyfriend